paper, ink, pen, and alphabet. But you just can't have an alphabet. You got to have words. So from the alphabet, the ink, the pen, the paper, then you create words from the alphabet. Okay? Then you got to have dictionaries because you have to define the damn words. And then you have to start, creating sentences, which will cause you to have some type of grammatical rules. You understand what I'm saying? In order to put the words together and speak them. And then once you have that, you have a dictionary. You go into the deeper concepts, which would be in the textbooks, which are the encyclopedias of the sciences and arts in which you're dealing with. So right there, I done went over 5, 6 things. What did I go over? I went over paper, ink, pen, alphabet, dictionary, grammatical rules, encyclopedias, which we call textbook. That's 6 things right there. Okay? Automatically, we can see that the Greeks did not have that. They did not have that until they contact with Egypt. Aristotle, Socrates, Plato was prior to fucking Alexander coming into Egypt. Okay, so the question is, if they had institution, if Plato had an institution where he was teaching all these sciences and arts like they claim he had, what did he write on? Okay, they said they had books. What the fuck did they write them on? That's clear. What did you write and where are they? To prove that you do not have that. You do not have primary sources of any of those philosophers at all. And it's going to kill motherfuckers, the oldest manuscripts of many of these goddamn philosophers and all that. That shit is in the 10th century AD. And these motherfuckers supposedly live 400, 500 years BC. So you talking about a millennium and a half. And that's sick that motherfuckers allow that much time to elapse and allow somebody to create a fraudulent one book and say, oh, we found fucking Plato book in a goddamn grave. Some motherfucker wasn't mass produced. That's all I need to know. Because if it was not mass produced, then you do not have institution. Okay, you do not have that, and you got to prove that you had a valuable instruments, paper and ink and all of that to have an institution. And you do not have that. Okay. Now, once you got the paper, you got the ink, you got the pen, you got the alphabet, you got the dictionary, you got the grammatical rules, you got the encyclopedia, textbooks of every science. Then you got to have a place where the people can come and receive that information, such as universities, temples, and libraries. Okay, and so in the ancient world in Egypt, it was the temple. Okay, that's where you went and got your information from. Okay, and so now, along with those 6 things, now you got to have the teachers. Okay, of course you got to have the teachers. And you got to have multitudes of teachers to have institution. It can't be just no 2 or 3. Just like the United States or any modern nation, if everybody is going to school, and we went over that, you got to have millions of teachers. I think it's a couple of million of teachers in the United States. I'm gonna go over that again to prove that. You understand what I'm saying? You got over 50, 60, 70 million students from kindergarten to the university in the United States. Okay, so that's an institutionalized nation. You got multitudes of students. You got multitudes of teachers. That's institution. 2, 3 motherfuckers in a basement some goddamn way is not no goddamn institution. You got to be teaching masses. BPC is an institution. God damn it, I done touched millions of goddamn people, not no 2 or 3 motherfuckers. Okay, I done touched millions, tens of millions of people down through the years. Tens of millions of people. That's institution. Okay, that's multiplicity of people. Unlike some of these 2-bit ass niggas out here, you understand, got 3 niggas on their page. Mama and daddy is the other 2 of them, and an old rusty ass nigga out there that don't know what the fuck is the 3rd nigga. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got that ain't no institution. Okay, and I tell you get out the paper, and I tell you to write it down, and I give you the references, and that's institution. It's going, and you pass it down to your baby. That's institution, and we keep it going on and on. We record the information, and we pass down the written record to our babies, and they are, you know, expected to continue to teach it to their babies. That's institution, and we got records of our ancestors. You understand? From millennium past, that's institution. Okay, we got the records of it. You understand what I'm saying? The records that I write are primary sources of my day and age. So nobody have to come back, goddamn 3,000 years from now and say, did SETI write anything? I'm gonna have that. You ain't got to worry about, and it will be mass produced. You understand what I'm saying? And no one motherfucker will just have one. That's like all the videos I put out. And one motherfucker, you know, got one video of General SETI, and I probably didn't put out damn thousands of videos down through the age. You can go up there and find niggas didn't uploaded shit I ain't even got no more. That's that's verification that other people in that day and time know of you, and not one motherfucker outside, and not even the author, Plato, ever have any proof that they ever existed, nor did they have anybody of their day write of them. So you got to have multitudes of teachers. You got to have who are proficient in multitudes of subjects, sciences and arts. Just like when you go to the university, that's institution. You got all types of sciences and art. When you get your book out, when you start choosing your classes, you got class, and it's teachers that teach in every fucking class. So you got, and then you got to have multitudes of students ready to receive them information. And that's these 76 million students that's in the United States. And then when you go to the libraries that I showed you, the top 10, you see why you got institutions that got 50 million volumes, 50 million books, because you are institutionalized nation. Is no reason for a motherfucker to have one book in no institute. That's the very opposite of institution. Anybody that come up with a one, and all you got is one book, that's not institution. That's a lie. They fraudulently created that book. So here you got the Greeks supposedly in Egypt studying, but you can't find now, this is really they enlightenment into what you would call institution when they went into Egypt, and they still didn't catch it at that time. You understand? Because it was so new to them. They wasn't in, you think them goddamn Greeks was in the temple studying? They didn't even have an alphabet. They didn't even fucking know, they didn't even have an alphabet. The Egyptians under conquest added an alphabet to the Greek language. So what they call in Greek as an alphabet is African. They did not have no damn alphabet. How the hell you gonna have an alphabet and you ain't even got paper? What the fuck you gonna do? What did you develop it on? And where's the goddamn books? And I'm gonna keep coming to that. So this is embellishment. This is what I'm showing. And I'm dedicating this whole series to my master teacher, Walter Williams, in this particular area, because he taught this to me. And once I got it, I say, God damn, Professor Walter Williams, God damn, man, I got to thank you straight up for this part of me that you gave me. Because once I understood it, I say, God damn, that man has been telling the truth and it hurt, motherfuckers. It hurt. It hurt. I keep all my major teachers, and use them just like the chessboard, and Walter Williams most definitely is one of those teachers that you must study. And when you study him, and it might take some time for that shit to click, but when it click, woo, you're gonna be a beast. Now, look at this. Now, when Alexander, hear me out, when Alexander, here he is, you understand? What the fuck I got up there? I know I ain't got no goddamn great. Ready? Boy, you must have been going too goddamn fast. Alexander the Free. I had to go in there and change that shit. Okay? Alexander the Free. He conquers Egypt in 332. He conquers Egypt in 332. He didn't die. He died about, 20 years later, thank the ancestors. Okay? And so now, when he died, Ptolemy took over, was one of his generals. Okay? He took over in 320. He took over. And this is really the Greeks' opportunity to get, what they can out of Egypt. Okay? This is their greatest opportunity. Okay? Many people talking about, even when you watch 48 Hours, when they tell you, if you don't crack that case in the first 48 hours, you know what happens? You lose half, the opportunity to crack the case. If you got 50% chance of cracking that case if you don't crack it in the first 48 hours. So the Ptolemy is the first 48 hours of the European world to crack what they can out of ancient Egypt. Motherfuckers do it, giving Champollion all this motherfucker. No, it was Ptolemy had the greatest opportunity because they had Egypt under forced conquest. They was in there under arms. So, if a motherfucker twists a couple arms, of course, they can get some type of information. Even the goddamn cracker do that today. Many niggas be up there on 48 hours snitching like a motherfucker. All you had to do is twist a couple arms. So the thing is, we imagine that the Greeks was in there at that time twisting arms. So if any type of deciphering of the so-called Medunetta, our ancestor sacred language, if it was going to happen, it would have happened under the Ptolemy. And goddamn it, and the Romans would have been the last 48 hours. Because the goddamn Ptolemies was in there for almost 300 years. They was in there for almost, they got out of there. They was put out in 30 BC. That's when the Romans took over. So you talking about 300 years, and they produced no manuscripts showing a Greek, because they was in there trying to learn a language from the basic concept of what we understand as language. They wasn't in there trying to decipher shit. They was in there A, B, C, motherfucker. That's where they was. They wasn't in there on no high intellectual shit because they was a fucking band of savages. These are the facts. Y'all let the embellishment that they was great philosophers and shit and all of this, you let that shit cloud your mind of reality. This is a nation of barbarians, not intellectuals. Okay, so again, if there was going to be any translation or decipherment of any type of ancient Egyptian, this was their first 48 hours. And when Ptolemy was dethroned by the Romans, they had not produced not one, them couple of goddamn stones like the Rosetta. There we go with that one book shit. Okay, how the fuck could y'all be in there for over 300 years? And we only find maybe two damn what you call bilingual artifacts, where you got the Greek, the so-called Greek, and the Medunetta, and maybe the Demotic. You got three scripts. It's a bilingual text because you got the Egyptian and the Greek. So if y'all in there 300 fucking years, ask me why they only got two fucking artifacts with some bilingual fucking script on it. If you in there for 300 years and you already are intellectual people, we should find libraries of that shit. Fool? Y'all some fools on that shit. So the Ptolemies got put up out of there. That was your first 48 hours. Then the Romans came in there and they couldn't do no more than the Greek because they were behind the 8 ball. Because 300 years had already went by. 300 years had already went by. So when they came in there, it was more, So, you know, it had been dead for a minute. You understand? The family then went